Welcome to the Viterra International Trade Center in Regina. Here we go. 13U Women's Division I gold medal game. It's been a busy weekend of volleyball. It's probably been an exhausting weekend of volleyball, but here we are for all the proverbial marbles. Ryan Schweitzer along with Mark Harrison bringing you the action, and it's going to be action-packed here. The Central Valley Volleyball Club, the CVVC Aces, out of the beautiful community of Warman, taking on the Lloydminster Momentum Volleyball Club Black. And this should be a fun one here, Mark. You know, what are you expecting as these two teams take to the court here in this 13U Div 1 final?
Great game upon us here. Both these teams, while I'm sure they came into the tournament expecting to be here, made some big upsets in their semifinal. Lloydminster Momentum defeating the Husky Premier team 17-15 in their semifinal in the third set, and then Central Valley beating Summit in their semifinal. Both these teams lost to those teams in pool play yesterday and then redeemed themselves in the semifinal today. So some great volleyball been played by these two teams as we're about to get the first game, or first point here, started.
Hannah Horback ready to serve for the Momentum. Oh, she's a lefty. And yeah, does that mess with you a little bit?
A little bit. I am left-handed myself. Got to throw it in there every once in a while. Got to love the lefties. Got to give a little love out to the lefties there.
Crafty lefty. Central Valley now as they receive from triple ball. Horback, who just served lefty and got that ace moments ago. Toman, and sets up her teammate. A nice dig there by Sophie Doucette. Chased down and the out-of-bounds area, but unable to reply is Central Valley, and it's a quick 2-0 lead for the Momentum, who are living up to that handle that they travel under.
Yeah, that's going to be the story of the game today. Who can have the most momentum? And it doesn't matter what name's on the back of your jersey. It's how you play.
Scrambling and managing to get that ball over in three is Central Valley in the near court in purple. The Lloydminster Momentum black in black with the red trim. Far court, Central Valley sends that over. The Momentum waiting. Really like what I'm seeing from Lloydminster, the Momentum. Very fundamentally sound. Not running around and just looking calm in this final thus far. As that's sent over the net by the Momentum black, Addie Young. CVVC, and a good heads-up play at the net there by Harley Englot, recognizing where personnel was for Momentum and where they weren't, and a nice little tip there.
Yeah, now CVVC going to get the first serve for themselves. See what they can do on the surface pressure side of things.
Doucette gets that point going, and a nice serve from Doucette, and she celebrates accordingly. As 2-2 the score, Momentum getting the first 2 points in this one. CVVC in purple replying with the last two, played to the Momentum. Nora Hurd, and a big swing at the net, but there to block it was CVVC Briar Buller.
Big time block. One-on-one versus Momentum there, and Buller got the block.
Played by Central Valley, sent over the net in three. Dug by the Momentum, and a nice take by CVVC here. And Central Valley up to a quick 4-2 lead. You know, we were talking going into this one about these two programs and about these teams. And, you know, both teams certainly paid their dues to get here and have some skills and are well coached. But would you consider Central Valley maybe to be a little bit of an underdog out there?
I would say so. I mean, they were ranked well, actually, probably not. They were ranked number 2 coming in Div 1, ranked very high. But, yeah, both these teams, again, the top 4 teams in most age divisions are neck and neck, right? It's kind of like roll the dice, flip a coin, who's going to come out on top this day. And but, yeah, I would say maybe so. But both programs have been very well established the last few years.
At the net, punched over by Central Valley. Momentum waiting for that one. 3 hit, whammo! Oh, that was a nice swing from Addie Young.
Big swing from Addie Young there, and Momentum can do that. Now, they really have some power. I was watching the semifinal games earlier, and Momentum has some big swingers in their front row. Young is definitely one of them.
And Addie Young, that's a good heads-up play at the net there as well, recognizing that there was some vacant court in the back corners, and we talked about it in that Div U final about how those corners can be up for grabs sometimes.
Absolutely, yeah. Corners in 13U, 14U volleyball are essential if you can't get a big swing.
Harley Englot sends that to a waiting Momentum. Young sets up her teammate. Nice swing there, and no reply as Shayla Stark.
Stark able to split the block there. Couldn't quite seal it. Number 11, Matea Lakowski for CVVC. Couldn't quite seal that block.
6-4 lead, and once again that back corner open and up a field goal now is the Momentum. They fell behind, but they've managed to put the last few points together here, and the team in the black in the far court seemingly have that momentum on their side there. But Sent over the net by Schellenberg for Central Valley. Tipped over by Young. Central Valley waiting there. And hit over the net by Lazowski. Whistle blown. It looks like some purple personnel on the net there. Central Valley just over that center line, and that'll be a point for the Momentum.
Now we're going to get an early timeout here from head coach Dan Schellenberg on Central Valley, who I wasn't sure before, but he has dyed his hair purple to match his girls' team's jerseys, which I love the commitment as a coach. Got to do that, and got to love the commitment there from him.
Yeah. No, you got to appreciate that. He's got the, it really shows up well on camera there.
There we go. Look at that. Yeah. That is nice.
Good job, Dan. He's repping, and, I imagine the athletes appreciate that, eh?
Absolutely, yeah. As a coach, especially with younger athletes, you really got to try and connect with them, and little things like that go a long way to build that trust, and so that that your coach is really looking for you, and he's willing to do whatever it takes to kind of get you going, and then you can go and perform on the court, right?
Yeah. Dan Schellenberg, all in. Love to see it. Some words of wisdom there. What do you think he's saying to the girls there down 4 here?
Early game, right? It's only 8-4. Lots of volleyball still to be played. No need to get in our own heads. Let's just do what we do on our side of the net and play good, solid Central Valley volleyball. We'll take what they give us, right? We're not going to go and play their game. We're going to play our game.
Brooke Toman. Oh, good hard serve. And, that one's going to be tough to return. Some good velo and just about a foot over the tape. That's what you love to see. Yeah,
great serve there from Momentum. They're a strong-looking crew. Momentum is lots of strength on their side.
Doucette, Buller, and they set up Schellenberg for the hit there. But
great back set. Pardon me, Ryan. I just got to point out, Momentum is they are designating their back row position 1, which is going to be on the left back side of their court as their setter. So they actually have 3 hitters in the front row, something we didn't see, and I don't believe any other team is doing at the 13U age group.
Well, they're here in the finals, and they got a commanding 7-point lead as, once again, Brooke Toman and Addie Young are creating some fits for Central Valley. They'll serve now. Buller set to get play going here, but that one will careen out of bounds. Good hard serve, but just off the side of the hand, and it's an 8-point lead for the Momentum here in this 13U Div 1 final. Ball is sent into play. Toman, back set. Young just tips it over. I think Young wanted a little bit more on that, but there's that old adage of being good and lucky and whatnot.
Yeah, timing just a little bit off on the approach there, but was able to make it work. No problems at all.
Englot, Lazowski, and waiting for that is Toman. Oh, setter didn't quite get all that, or maybe a little bit of a miscommunication. That'll happen, but still a comfortable lead for the Momentum right now. If you're Rob Toman, the coach of the Momentum right now, what are you guarding the girls against? You're up by 8. Things have really gone your way, and I guess you really want to make sure that it stays that way. Eh?
Probably just yourself. You don't want to make unforced errors. That's the number one thing in volleyball is teams make errors themselves, and they let other teams back into the game, right? They have to make Central Valley earn their points if they want to win this game.
Hannah Horback sending that over for the Momentum. Good swing, right front and center. Bree Schellenberg drops the hammer. It'll be 6. Well, no, not 6 serving 13. You got to keep in mind the triple ball rules here, which really make things exciting and unpredictable and tough to get momentum going here. But another good swing by Schellenberg. She's feeling it now a little bit, and that's going to do wonders for her confidence as well.
Yeah, I cut the lead almost in half here, a little bit over, and those are some good momentum points. CVVC's an energy team. I was watching them in the semifinals. They are all in for each other, and so when you're down, it's hard to manufacture that. A couple big plays is going to go a long way.
Oh, just a little bit of a miscommunication between setter and the outside there as that ball is sent into the net. 14-7. The Momentum have the lead here in this Div 1 final. However, it will be under triple ball rules. The CVVC serve here as Matea Lazowski. She's been a strong presence at the net, and she'll try and help her team to a point here and serving this ball into play. Hits it to a waiting Momentum player, Hannah Horback. 3 hits for the Momentum. And punched over the net by Central Valley. Momentum pushing it to the back of the court and looking for that vacant corner, but just a bit too far. And it'll be 8-14 here. Still the Momentum with the lead.
Yeah, the toss coming into Momentum here. See if they can regain that point they just lost.
Sent between the block. Buller in the back row. They joust at the net, and that is going to be a Momentum point as it looks like some purple personnel there in the net as That player was just a little bit caught up in things.
Yeah, Duquette was on the net there a little bit, but again, a good aggressive play, and she takes another rip and unfortunately finds the net. But playing aggressive, I think if she keeps swinging like that, I mean, it's all about keeping the momentum. Now you're down by 8. I mean, this is looking a little bit rough for Central Valley, but just got to say, hey, let's just stick with it. Things can turn around quickly. I mean, they erased a 7-point deficit in the semifinal. Central Valley did.
Shayla Stark, nice service ace there for the momentum. And yeah, you're totally right. You know, things can turn around on a dime here, and this one very, very far from being over. It's certainly gone smoothly thus far, but that could be a momentum shifter. Just a big swing there from Doucette on that from the outside there, as 8 purple buries into the opposition court. Trying to reply, though, is the momentum. They push that to the back row. Free ball sent over the net. Momentum waiting. Setting up the big swing from Presley Hurl.
Very patient swing by her down the line there, letting the ball cross over her body, snapping that wrist high. And we get another timeout, I believe, here from Central Valley as they are down by half, down by 9.
Well, yeah, and you know, Coach Schellenberg keeping things positive, and you know, you can read his body language there, and he just wants to relay that he's got confidence in these girls, and hoping that they can find some confidence in themselves. But you know, let's look down at the momentum side of the court, the Lloydminster neck of the woods. What do you think the message is there from Rob Toman and friends to his girls at this point?
Not to let up, right? Biggest thing you can do as a team now when you're leading by this much is to just go into coast mode, cruise control mode, right? And we don't want that as a team. As a coach, you got to keep your foot on the gas, even when you're up by this much. A term I use with my group is sometimes no mercy, right? You got to really be, you know, you don't want to go too aggressive, but you want to make sure that your girls know, hey, we got to really keep the pressure on, because that's what got us here, right? We don't want to get away from that, because it's really hard to find it sometimes. If you decide to really go on cruise control and really take a step back, you can't. It's not as easy to just turn it off and on. It's not like a light switch. You got to really work every single rally to keep that momentum.
Coach Toman rocking the Mick Cafe in the far court as well.
Just hoping he doesn't get a ball swung at him and it splashes everywhere.
That would be a tough one, but hey, whatever keeps the energy up in these long weekends. And you know, that's another thing that you often forget. You know, this is the second game that we've provided production for, but these girls have had a full weekend of volleyball, and you know, conditioning, mental toughness, and everything. There's so much that comes into being here.
Yeah, it's a battle of mental at this point, right? The girls know physically they can do it, but can they mentally decide to lock in and really play consistent through the whole match?
Sent over the net by Englot, where the momentum is waiting. They set up that swing, returned but out of bounds, and a nice swing put on that ball by Presley Hurl. She's been a strong player.
You know, CVVC is in the right position. They're getting a lot of good touches, but I think they're struggling with the power of Momentum's hits. Momentum's got some heavy arms on that team, and CVVC is just struggling to kind of corral those balls and keep them on their side.
Yeah, I think CVVC, you know, they just got to settle down a little bit here, you know, and taking nothing away from the Momentum. They're good, but we'll see how long this goes. And, you know, a service ace, again, you know, everything just coming up black team, but, you know, 21-10 the score, but I don't know, it doesn't really feel like a 21-10 game here.
No, it doesn't. I mean, Momentum's doing a good job of also just playing really solid volleyball. They're not going too much, a little bit of a miscommunication there between those two, but like I said, Momentum's really just even keel. They're just keeping it steady. They know what they need to do, and they're just doing it and executing at a high level.
21-11. Waiting for that ball is the Momentum. Big swing, tipped off the block. Lazowski has it back row. Doucette over in 3, attempted dig, and a nice swing by Doucette. And 12-21 the score. Don't count Central Valley out yet here as they'll get set to serve.
And at this stage in the game, you just want to chip away and make little runs, right? 2 here, 2 there. Try and get some of that momentum back on your side for the new set that's going to be coming, because it's a fresh start for everyone.
Good hard serve there. The knuckler, as we sometimes equate serves to baseball pitches, and that one with no spin at all, moving all over the place. And a good strong serve there. I think Matthewson is the name on the jersey there from 99. Just drilling that one with all sorts of movement on it. Sent over to the awaiting Momentum court here. Setter dump, love the setter dump, but CVVC wise to that. Englot sends it over the net. And yeah, just unable to get a good swing on that is Toman. 14-21. Oh, we're not done here yet, eh, Mark?
No, this is what I mean. Like, just a little bit of momentum, a little bit of points here, and another great shot there. That was definitely down. And Central Valley is going to get that point for sure. And now suddenly 6-point game. This is what I'm talking about, right? So despite what might happen, whether they win or lose the set, Central Valley is building that energy up. They're an energy team. They got to get that energy high for the second set, no matter what happens in this first set.
The chickens have not hatched. We are not counting them. As the lefty, Hannah Horback again. Service ace the last time she served. That time Central Valley had an answer. Big swing in the middle there from Toman. Oh, man.
Bree Schellenberg with a great dig, though. It's just unfortunate that it was a little tight to the net, but a great pickup on a huge swing from the middle from Momentum.
Momentum, 3 away here from a first set win. Central Valley not going to make it easy on them. Doucette, Buller. Buller at the net, point Central Valley. Ball tossed in. Schellenberg, Doucette, and Buller over on the third shot. Momentum waiting for that. Toman in the middle. Toman, she can hit a volleyball hard in the middle there. Some net play there, and no, that one's going to head into no man's land and just head out.
Ingla and Doucette combining for some great blocks to the net for Central Valley there. Two in that one rally, and that's going to be important down the stretch. Although I wonder if there was a net touch. There's a little bit of communication going on between the referee and the score table, and we're going to have a little meeting at the net here. It could be that they were in the wrong rotation. With the triple ball rules, you need to follow a certain pattern, serve, toss, toss, and the score needs to be in a multiple of 3 every time there's a serve, else you're wrong. So there might have been a slight mix-up with who was supposed to be tossing or something like that. So the refs are just ironing out those details right now. And it's going to be Central Valley's serve, which is, I believe, correct.
Yeah, you got to get that right.
And they're going to get an extra point. So
well, I think an extra, yeah.
Yeah, they definitely were down a bit, but now it's a serve. Okay, so 22-17 for Momentum. Wow, only a 5-point lead now.
Yeah, don't go anywhere in this first set. Doucette. Oh, that one's gobbled up by the net monster. 23 is the score now for the Momentum.
Tough on there, those stoppages in play. Sometimes act like a mini timeout, right? They ice the server, even if you get a point, you still ice your own server there. So.
Right. Give them a little bit extra time to think about it. Big swing again from Toman, and that ball is going to careen into no person's land. 24-17 set point here for the Momentum. However, Central Valley, with the benefit of being able to receive the toss here and maybe set something up. Englot, Buller, and through the hands and inbounds, says the line judge. 18-24, not just yet. The proverbial finger wag coming from Central Valley.
They're going to get 2 balls back-to-back here, a serve and a toss, so they can get it within 4 if they win these next 2 rallies.
Hurl. Oh, man, that's a hard serve. Doucette out of bounds.
Wow.
Set 1 black. As Lloydminster at 18-25, they win this one. Didn't quite feel like 18-25. We touched on that. Really like the first set matchup between these two teams here.
Yeah, absolutely. Central Valley, you know what I'll just say, as they were rotating over to the other side as they switched sides, the bit of a skip in their step. The girls don't look down. They're not, giving up. It looks very positive. They know that they had a great run in the second half of that first set where they were down by 9, closed the gap to within 5, and then kind of let it run away again. But if they can just avoid those big runs and letting Momentum get 3, 4 in a row with only them getting 1, that's the thing we talk about in volleyball. And it's a little bit unique with triple ball because there's no service runs necessarily.
Yeah.
But those point runs, right, they just add up so fast in triple ball. And so making sure that you can just stop that and get a point, at least 1 out of every 3, ideally 2 for 1 there, kind of is going to be your building block moving forward.
Set 2 coming up. Lloydminster Momentum Black takes set 1, 25-18. We're back with set number 2 here from the Viterra International Trade Center here in Regina. 13U Women's Division 1. Central Valley chomping at the bit to get after this one. And no, the referee still making sure everyone's in the right spot here. And
can't blame her for being eager, right?
Quinn Cowles ready to go.
Seriously. Although she missed her serve, so let's hope there's a better, gets another redemption here.
Yeah. All right, now everybody's ready to go. Places everyone. Young is waiting for the momentum, and she's going to have to get this over on the third hit and is going to sail that out of bounds. Point, purple. Central Valley fired up, and they're smiling in that far court. They dropped the first set 25-18, but they get the crucial first point here in set number 2 as Toman plays that. Young, she had some big swings in that first set, and look at this, Central Valley, they'll take it.
Yeah, any points you can get, right? I mean, 2 mistakes here from momentum, but for Central Valley, hey, they'll take it for sure.
Ryan Schweitzer, Mark Harrison, set number 2 of the 13U Women's Division 1 gold medal game here. And oh man, Central Valley running around, but they get it over in 3. And momentum looking for some here against some gamers in purple, and they are not going to give Lloyd anything easy here.
Unbelievable defensive effort there in the back row. Bree Schellenberg back there just digging everything. A little tip, and more
let's go, girls.
plays.
And Young. Oh, she saved it. Great rally here. Oh, man, this is fun.
Oh, wow. Great rally from both squads. I mean, just amazing defensive effort, and finally got a big swing there. I believe that was number 8, Sophie Doucette. But that shows both teams are in it, ready to put their bodies on the line to win this game.
Central Valley goes up a field goal. Franks is going to serve right in front of us here. Mackenzie Franks off the net. And, wow, Central Valley, who lost that first game, 25-18, never really got some momentum going other than a few points there. Looking like gamers here in this second set. Big swing off the net and 5-0 lead here. And Coach Rob Toman, Mick Cafe in hand. When can he call a timeout? Because I think he may want to.
After this next rally, so it's every 3 points because you have to follow that triple ball sequence. So before a serve happens is when coaches can call their timeout.
We'll see if the momentum can dig themselves out of a bit of an early hole here, down 5 in this second set to Central Valley's come to play. You talked about that positive body language that they had at the end of that first set despite losing. And they're feeling good out there. Everything's coming up purple, and a great shot from Doucette. Back corner. 6 rip. I would not have predicted that.
No, they're really just, it's kind of like when it rains, it pours, right? Everything's just, you're right, going purple's way right now, and a good time out there by Coach Tolman there from Lloyd to just, again, settle the girls down. It's early, right? We don't want to worry. We got lots of volleyball to play is probably what he's going to say here, and just say, hey, shake it off. If we get one, we're going to go, right?
Yep.
No reason to panic. Just get 1 point, take it one at a time, and we'll kind of progress as we go.
Yeah, and on the flip side, the purple squad led by Dan Schellenberg, all smiles in the far huddle down there as, yeah, you couldn't have asked for a better start than to get the first 6 points in this one.
You know, there's something freeing about almost playing down because you have nothing to lose at that point, right? Like, you might as well just empty the tank and let it go and just play free and loose. The pressure is really momentum to close it out because if they lose this set, suddenly, we get 10's third set, right? 15, who knows? And now, Central Valley's like, yeah, well, whatever, we just got to play our best and have some fun out there.
That's a great way to put it, is Briar Buller. She was good for Central Valley in the first set and has been strong here in the second, as that's dug by Kazana Curie. And Lloydminster just unable to find an answer to Central Valley in this second set as they go up a converted touchdown here, 7 rip. Curie and Young sends it to the back of the court where Cowles is waiting. Sent over the net, Central Valley, momentum, waiting. Into the block, and momentum. There's their first point of this second set as they managed to get on the scoreboard, and that's got to feel like a little bit of a monkey off the back, for lack of a better metaphor.
Big relief, and now they just chip away. One at a time, and we go. No need to win the rally or win the game on 1 kill, right, or 1 point. They just got to keep it going and stop the bleeding.
Emery Cross with a diving dig sent out of bounds. Momentum will serve, though, as per triple ball rules. Faith Wicks. Played by Central Valley, Schellenberg, and sent over the net from CVVC Purple. Off the block, and there you go, the momentum. Toman, she was showing some strong swings in that first set. Now she checks into the second one. Her team down by 6 now.
Yeah, a bit of a shorter bench there for momentum, so she gets her chance to be in the court, making her impact felt.
Toman, again, off the block, dug by Coles, back row. And responding in 3 hits is Central Valley. Toman, again, pushes that to the back of the court. Toman and Coles playing some catch in this one, and CVVC ends up getting the point. They put up 9 now, 9-2 the score.
Shout out Cowles in the back row. She's digging everything back there in middle back for CVVC, just all over the court.
She's that competitor who just couldn't wait to get this second set going, wanted to serve, and she's a gamer. Oh, look at her. Just getting horizontal every chance she gets, and she's smiling out there. She's having a lot of fun, taking advantage of.
She's loving life. I mean, I don't think there's anyone with a bigger smile on her face right now.
Well, it's fun, right? And you got to keep in mind it's gold medal. These girls, I'm sure, are putting a lot of pressure on themselves. But I mean, playing in a championship final, I mean, it's got to be fun at some point as well.
Absolutely.
Ball is sent into play by Ella Dunville, serving. Ball pinballs around Central Valley's court. They get it over in 3. Oh, man. Toman off the block. Cowles with the dig.
Again. Just couldn't quite get it. But, again, she's right there. So, again, really making momentum earn these points. I mean, it's a bit of a grudge match right now for momentum to try and get these points. But they're getting there slowly.
Toman and Cowles, just a game within a game here. Loving that. Nice set there. Swung at the net. Schellenberg. We're going to say her name a lot. Now she tips, and a good heads-up play by Schellenberg. I think they were expecting the fastball, and she went with a little bit of a change-up there. Pulling the string on that one, as it were, and 10-4 the score now. And a good heads-up play there. Some good situational awareness from Kalia Schmaltz at the net.
We've got almost an exact flip of the score from the first set, Ryan. I mean, it was momentum up big early and just kind of held that lead. Yeah, Central Valley pushed them a bit within 5, but they always had a big cushion. And now it's completely flipped the script, and Central Valley is the one in full control here.
And how do you think that happens as Central Valley puts up another point here?
A little bit of playing free. I mean, their coach, Coach Dan, is just probably telling them, have fun, right? I mean, at the end of the day, it's a game, right? You don't come to work volleyball, you come to play it. And so having fun makes a big impact, and momentum on the net again there, kind of self-inflicting more harm. And it's almost a 10-point lead here for Central Valley, 13-4.
Yeah, Central Valley able to jump out to that early lead. And, you talk about the 3 different stages of a game. That's a good takeaway from this one. And, Central Valley certainly looking strong in the second stage, as it were, although the momentum maybe finding a little bit of momentum after that big swing moments ago to make the score 13-5.
Yeah, and the other thing as a coach, you want to start a team, look, the other team's going to get points, right? We're not going to stop them. No one's going to win 25-0. So, yeah, they get a point, but it's only worth 1. Let's just get the next one.
Doucette, nice serve. Backcourt Franks, Young, Curie sends that to a waiting Central Valley squad. Schmaltz and Schellenberg over the net. Toman, Young, and Cross. Oh. Point purple.
Yeah, again, pushing that lead to 9 again. They're just kind of maintaining this exactly the point spread that momentum had in the first set. And they're going to get a chance to close it up here, though, with a free ball.
Wilkes, Toman, Central Valley waiting. Schellenberg, tipped. Young, Curie. Some net play here. Cowles.
Oh, what a shot. What a shot from Cowles right there. She is just the steady force. I mean, not making many mistakes, making great plays, and having fun doing it.
Oh, she's fun to watch, too. 3 purple. She's not diving around the back row, and she'd like that one back, but she's able to just laugh it off, too. So you got to admire her as a competitor to instantly put it behind her.
The mental strength to just be like, hey, you know what? I know I'm not perfect. I'm going to make a mistake. I'll just get the next one. You got to love it. And it's tough to play against players like that when, there's sometimes maybe a mental game. The older you get, the more mental side of it comes into it. But, I mean, what a great attitude from a young athlete to have. You don't see that too often. They think they want to be perfectionists. And Cowles is just like, you know what? We're just here having a good time, and I'm going to make some great plays. I'm going to make some not-so-great plays. but I know my teammates are there to support me the whole time.
Well, and the way she started the game, too, like wanting to serve before, like while the referee was still making sure everyone was in the right position, and she just puts the ball in play anyway and then laughs about it. Like, I remember myself at 13. I would have been horrifyingly embarrassed.
Yes, exactly,
but,
right?
Whatever. Let's just have some fun.
Full of confidence. Full of confidence. So this is interesting here. Second timeout already used, and second and last timeout used for Momentum. So, I mean, Central Valley, they got to know now, hey, look, they're on an island, these players. They can't make subs. No other timeout. So if they keep this momentum going, I always find it funny using the word momentum when there's a team called Momentum in the game. But Central Valley's got to hold on to this energy and keep it going as they do. They do again their missed serve from Momentum.
Yeah, the Momentum wasn't thinking about the well-being of commentators when they named their program.
No, definitely not. Bit of a misstep there, but that's all right.
Was not considered, but hey, it's a heck of a program nonetheless. Tipped at the net. Oh, just missed by a bit. Love that play from Schmaltz, but yeah, just about 3 inches the wrong way. As they still have a comfortable lead, the CVVC team does, 16-7. Young. And Kiri, big swing from Kiri, and that is inbounds. Cross set her up nicely, and whammo. Momentum.
Bit of back and forth there between the coach for Central Valley and the linesperson from Momentum. Ball did look out, but they got to take the linesman's call there.
Looked close. We'll have our instant replay apparatus set up for next weekend. Big swing, and once again, Tolman delivers. That's going to be a point for the Momentum. 9-16, they're taking bites.
Yeah, and this is exactly what Central Valley did in the last set, right? Just 3 or 4 in a row. They're not closing it right up, but they're definitely digging into it a bit and making sure that they know, hey, we're still here. And at Central Valley right now, they just got to keep playing the right way. Got to keep that momentum or that energy on their side and keep playing aggressive.
That's Kalia Schmaltz on your screen right now, getting set to serve for Central Valley. We're just going to make sure here because Tolman thought that she was serving, just making sure we're where we should be in the triple ball rules here.
Yeah, ref again consolidating where with the scorekeepers. The score, it's definitely a serve coming because the score is a multiple of 3, but what serve it is yet to be determined. And they've got these handy paddles up.
Yeah.
Let's say S or T, serve or toss. But again, it is, especially in these longer rallies, I know when I have to ref triple ball from time to time, or even as a coach, like the long rallies, you forget what's next, right?
Yeah.
You're so wrapped up in the game, in the moment, in a high-stakes game like this, you kind of forget what's next. And the refs do, too. It's no one's perfect.
So, somebody down there load up the Sask Volleyball YouTube channel.
There we go, yeah. Get the replay. What just happened? Because, and now we've got a head official down there, and he's consulting with the tossers.
Trying to remember how everything went here. I feel like purple serve is where we're at.
I agree. Yeah, it's definitely purple serve because Momentum just received the toss, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. So you want to be sure.
Yeah.
You want to be sure.
Well, especially when it's a gold medal game.
Yep.
You wouldn't want something to come back and have an issue with the score and that affect play later down the line. But these tend to take a while. It's tough for the teams. Mentally they got to stay together, got to stay focused. Both teams have kind of held up here and are staying in their own little bubbles, which is good. But
well, with the score 16-8, do you feel like this maybe benefits Lloydminster a little bit with
an
extended stoppage here? And
we had a little bit of this in the first set too, and it kind of benefited Central Valley because they were down, and it's almost like a free timeout, right? And I had mentioned that Momentum doesn't have any more timeouts, but I think we got it all squared away now.
Schmaltz to serve.
Yeah, here we go. Oh, and they can't do that. That's a double contact. Not allowed to take the ball overhead as a set on the first serve, off a serve or a toss in triple ball. So unfortunately, a Momentum got called in that one.
17-8. There's the toss. Young, cross, and sent over by Tillman to awaiting Central Valley. Big swing, dug by Wicks. Curie at the net. Oh, it's a bit of a misplay at the net. Ball sends out of bounds. Ball sent out of bounds. 9-17 as the toss comes in. Schellenberg, big swing, and Buller is there. Buller with a strong first set, and she's been a big part of why her team has twice as many points right now. 18-9 the score, favoring Central Valley.
Now it's about, we're getting to that later stage. What a serve there. Wow.
Oh, that had some heat on it. Toman.
Unbelievable.
Vapor trail on that ball. 10-18. Buller.
Great spot
Chasing
for
that down
shot.
is Cross. And at the net, a little bit of a miscommunication from the momentum there. 19-10.
Cowles is at the net again. She's not exactly a tall one on the team, but hey, makes her presence felt front or back row for sure.
The not so tallest of the not so talls.
Exactly.
Go with that, Tillman. And out of bounds. And man, this second set, everything's come up purple. 20-10, they lead.
And this is 13U volleyball. This is why I love volleyball, because, I mean, no one's out of it, right? It's just, it's so back and forth. And, 10-point lead.
Schellenberg. Nice serve from Schellenberg. Cross, Toman, Young, a little bit of a hesitation, but Toman aggressively goes after the ball. Back court. Cole saved that one. A little bit of pinballing through the purple court there. 11-20, Central Valley still with a comfortable lead here in this second set. Looking to force the issue here and induce a third set race to 15. Miscommunication there a little bit with the momentum, 21-11.
And Central Valley doesn't want to allow momentum to get the momentum back, because that's what momentum did in the first set. They kind of eased off a bit. Central Valley kind of chipped their way back in, and yeah, they didn't win it, but they definitely had more points, and they closed that gap a bit and got some of that confidence back. Yeah. Central Valley does not want to allow momentum to do that, as it's looking like it's going to go to 3.
Well, Central Valley now 21-14, and I think Dan Schellenberg, after a little bit of a miscommunication, and Central Valley maybe with a comfortable lead slipping into neutral a little bit, Dan Schellenberg letting his girls know we're not there yet. Keep it tight out there. Sent over the net in 3 by Doucette. Curie. Wicks inbounds.
Yeah, great shot. That was definitely in.
Faith Wicks. Nice play by her. Ball is tossed in. Cowles. Buller off the block.
Big swing by Buller there. That was, I could see her. I knew she was going to swing hard at that ball, but the way she jumped in her last 2 steps, she went up very strong on that one.
Briar Buller were a ways away here, but yeah, you could just see her pupils widen, and you could just feel that she was ready to lower the boom on that. But, you know, the momentum, replying with a big swing of their own. Addie Young's been good this game.
Yeah, she had some great swings in the first set, too, and that's really her first one of the second set. But, again, not too much offensively for momentum, but there's definitely some shining moments there.
Here's Cowles, who can't wait to serve. Oh, good spin on that as well. Not an easy.
Oh, man, look out below.
Free ball, and boom. Great heads-up play there by Doucette.
Somebody check if there's a cracked tile on the floor. We might need to replace that. That was big time from both those two.
Good dig on that tough serve, and Doucette was just there opportunistically delivering a whammo. Now Young. Oh, anything you can do, I can do better. A little bit of back and forth there.
My momentum, I'm giving Young the ball every time. She was swinging well right now.
She was strong in the first set for sure, and they haven't really been able to get her going much in the second set. Let's see if they get it to her here now. Yeah, sends it to the back. And Schellenberg with a nice play to keep that ball in play. Oh, look at this.
Yeah, suddenly again, still, I mean, down by 8, but, or 8, but, or 7, but again, they're just slowly chipping away, so we're setting ourselves up for a great third set here.
Franks, Schellenberg, Schmaltz, and sent over by Buller. Momentum. They're setting up Young. And Young delivers. Oh, the more Young gets involved, the more good things are happening for the black team.
Yeah, she's just, like I said, she's the hot hand right now. Just got to feed her the ball every time you can as a setter.
Schellenberg. Buller will set this time. Young at the net, just a presence.
Oh, what a ball over the net. Somehow was going to find the court there.
Toman, Curie, and Cross. Oh, man.
And suddenly we've got a 5-point game. Curious to see if Central Valley will call a timeout anytime soon. They got to wait till obviously a serve.
Curie. And they set up Young.
Again, my goodness. Young is just going off right now. Shout out to the shout out to the momentum though. I mean, they know who their girl is right now, and they are just giving Young the ball. Absolutely. And there's the timeout by Coach Schellenberg of Central Valley, and a good timeout. Still, you know, up by 5. lots of time still. There's no panic, right? There's no need to make a sudden change. But you can just tell the Central Valley girls just getting a little bit tense, right? They're just making some reactionary plays. They're not playing calm and relaxed. They're just really jumpy, and just good to do a little mental reset, relax the muscles, right? Shake it out, shake it out.
Well, and it's such a game of momentum as well. And I mean, statistically, let's call a spade. Statistically, a third set is likely here, but I think you want to make sure the momentum doesn't have that momentum going into that third set here. So, yeah, I like this call right now at this point in the game by Schellenberg. Yeah. Settle things down. A third set is imminent. Make sure you're going into that third set with your best foot forward here.
Yeah, I mean, of course, they've already erased. They've already got 4 points. What's it to them to do another 4? But, Central Valley just needs to get 1, right? That's really what the coach is telling them. Get 1. And then we'll kind of go from there. Just get that 1 point, break the streak, and then we'll reset.
23-19. Briar Buller to serve. 13U Division I gold medal. Central Valley from Warman, and that serve just sails out of bounds.
Great aggressive serve, though, by Central Valley. That's the one you want.
Ball comes in. Kiri, good pass. Blocked there. Good strong block by Central Valley. And that ball spins out of bounds, 24-20.
Ella Dunville, massive block there on the left side. Just a huge stuff.
Set point here for Central Valley. Young at the net, blocks. Frank, and cross over the net where Buller is waiting.
Here she goes again.
Off the block.
There we go.
And that'll do it.
A coach lost an iPad for Central Valley in the excitement, but they are going to a third set. Wow.
So how do you feel about that, though? I mean, this third set, it's going to be a tough one to predict because, Central Valley, 25-20, but, at one point I think they had a 10-point lead. The momentum certainly made it interesting. How do you think, all things considered, that's going to play for the third set?
I think it's going to be interesting the lineups the coaches bring out because they can play anyone they need to now, and there's a bit of subbing that can happen. But, if I'm Central Valley, I'm looking at maybe some girls who didn't start the match, and I don't know what their starters are, but the girls who started the match, I'm looking at someone like Quinn Cowles, who made an impact early in that second set. Big Energizer Bunny type vibes, right? Mm-hmm. Just really bringing the energy to the girls. She got them out to that lead, making defensive plays, being encouraging, being positive, all that stuff. Same thing there, making sure on the momentum side for Lloydminster that they get Addie Young. They got to set her up more, right? She's been just torching the Central Valley all second set, and that's a big reason they came back to push it within 5 there. So those are the 2 girls that are going to probably really be a difference maker. And, of course, the other one, Addie Young is the big swinger for Lloyd, but Briar Buller for Central Valley. Kind of like anything I can do, you can do, right? Mm-hmm. Or anything you can do, I can do better. Yep. Those 2 are probably going to do some battle at the net. They were lined up, matched up with each other in that third set. The second set. So it'll be interesting to see if they kind of come to blows again because there's some big players on both sides there.
Ryan Schweitzer and Mark Harrison bringing you the action from the Regina International Trade Center, the Viterra International Trade Center in Regina. Sask Cup action here, 13U Division I Girls Gold Medal Final. The Central Valley Volleyball Club in the far court for the beginning of this third set. They're in the purple jerseys, and the Lloydminster Momentum VC black in the near court with the black jerseys with the red trim. And, I really like the keys to the game. You mentioned a couple players that are going to be key if their team is going to be successful. And I really think Rob Toman is hoping that his girls can consistently get 28 that ball because even in that second set, she wasn't getting set up as much. And then when they started feeding her, then that's when the comeback started to happen. That's when it really started to narrow the gap. So, you don't want to put too much pressure on a young person, but I think 28 black is really a key to this one here.
Absolutely. Her and, of course, Brooke Tolman, or Tolme. Yeah, she'll be those 2 together. They're kind of the ringleaders for this Momentum team. And there we go. Yeah. Cowles on the court for Central Valley. Looks like Coach might just be rolling with the same group. But tough to tell from here. But, yeah, good setup. And as you see, Brooke Tolman and Addie Young lined up next to each other in the front row, looking to get a very aggressive start early for Momentum, setting their players up well.
Broken down nicely. Hannah Horback to serve, the lefty. Oh, every point is so important, and that's a good start for the purple squad. And, you mentioned in your key to the game, Quinn Cowles, 3 purple. She's out there, and We'll see if she can continue to kind of be a straw that stirs the drink here. As a bit of a miss swing there, but it still managed to clear the court and stay in bounds. Addie Young hits it to a waiting Schmaltz. Tipped at the net. Ball pinballing around. Purple tries to recover, and they do. Good job. Cue by CVVC, and they get a point.
Big block.
And they go up 2 here. Every point, you know, the margin for error, there's so much less in this race to 15, eh?
Coach Tolman a little bit upset. There was definitely a Central Valley player on the net, though. Ref just missed him and had lost the watch, but unfortunately can't see everything.
We'll see if that factors in. Maybe a call coming back their way. I don't know if that happens that much, and just a bit of a miscommunication there as that ball got lost up there. And
early timeout here called by Momentum. Not sure how I feel about that call. Again, obviously you don't want to run away. The thing is, third set's definitely more of a sprint than a marathon, only going to 15. There is a mini timeout, if you want to call it that, at 8 when the teams switch sides. Now, it might not happen at 8. It depends what the score is. Again, you have to finish that triple ball sequence, then they rotate sides. So that, again, really shifts into it because, again, you can't call those timeouts. So sometimes if it's like, you know, if a team wins all 3 points, that's a big difference than if you want to call a timeout. So quick timeout, though, by Coach Rob there. Girls just getting them reset. Back out they come.
I love triple ball. I love what it's done for the development of volleyball. I'm glad I wasn't part of the rules committee that came up with it, though, because, man, there's so many intricacies to it and everything. That must have been quite a series of meetings.
Yeah, and you know what? I was part of it when they started implementing it out here in Regina, and, I mean, it was definitely a learning curve for a lot of coaches, players, and parents across the board.
Briar Buller. Purple's turn to serve. Good hard serve by Buller. Stark was waiting for it. Young and Toman. Cowles. Schellenberg will chase that ball down and gets it. And 3 hits, they have a reply. Young and Toman set up off the block, and that's what the Momentum need. And they get on the scoreboard here, 3-1.
On the board, found a slight gap through that triple block of Central Valley. Got the point.
Hurl and Toman. Did that go off anyone? No, it didn't. Just out of bounds after that shot from 11 Black.
Cowell tried to. She flailed her body around there, but just missed her.
Oh, she ain't giving up on anything. Stark, nice dig there. Young, passed over the net. Buller, and punched over the net by Doucette. Toman sets up Young off the block or off the fingertips and out of bounds, and Young once again delivers. And things looking a little bit better for the Momentum's cause now. They still got some catching up to do, but 4-2 after they fell behind, you know, things are looking a little bit more positive for the Black team.
Definitely manageable. I mean, again, while it's a sprint, it's still so early in this game. A great serve there by Momentum, just right over the net, though, quickly.
Yeah, great serve by Hurl. And into the net, Stark, point Purple, 5-2 the score. And now an opportunity for Purple, Cowles, and her team on the triple ball toss. See if they can deliver something here. Nice block, Young and Toman.
Oh, my goodness. What coverage. Sorry, Ryan. What coverage there by Central Valley. I mean, rarely do you see a block at 13U, but the ability when there is one to get the coverage and get the ball up in play still is impressive.
It's a fun game. Cut me off anytime, man. And a good swing there. Ball almost goes to the ceiling, and Doucette, third hit, sends it over. Back row, Horback. And setting up Stark, and point Black. 6-3. Lloydminster settling down a little bit after scrambling early in this third set.
Yeah, we'll see if see what the score is at the break here. This could be, the next 3 points could really decide it. And see if Central Valley can pull ahead and be leading by a lot at the break.
Dunville will serve. Central Valley Volleyball Club out of Warman. Playing out of that palatial facility that used to be known as the Legend Center. I know that there's some naming rights with it now, Warman Home Building Center or something like that. But an amazing facility there and a great place for this team to practice. As Momentum chasing that ball around and just unable to find an answer. And 7-3, Central Valley will take a lead here in this third set race to 15.
Miscommunication there again. Brooke Tolman just not sure whose ball that is between her and Presley Hurley. But that's all right. Going to get that ironed out, and they'll be all right.
Horback.
There's Young.
Young.
Oh, one-handed
got an
dig
answer
there.
Yeah. They had an answer for Young that time, however, couldn't fully respond.
Briar Buller in the back row. Nice little one-handed dig. Just a little bit too tight to the net, though. That's all right.
The aforementioned Briar Buller. And setter dump. Oh, love the setter dump. Sophie Doucette, great heads-up play.
And we're going to get a switch here. 8-4 the score. And this is that mini timeout. Very quick. No actual timeout. The players have to stay on the court. But it does definitely shift momentum. And there's something to be said for trailing at the break. It psychologically, it's weird. I don't know. Sometimes I don't mind being down at the break.
Yeah?
Yeah, I don't. Not by a lot, but just by a couple points. Sometimes it's like, okay, the other team can maybe put their foot off the gas a bit, and you can sneak in there and steal the momentum. But we'll see here how these teams respond.
Well, let's see if that's the case. You got Toman serving here, and we know that she can put some velocity on a volleyball.
Yeah, it's tricky though. I mean, the other thing with true ball is you're gonna have some strong servers, but they only ever get one every 6 rotations, right? And so it's 1 out of every 18, 24 points that you're getting that strong server up there. I mean, both these teams have great servers, but you're right. Holman just especially she's got a laser beam of a serve.
Let's see what she does with it here. Try to make some hay while the sun shines. Oh, there it is. Whammo.
No, Central Valley able to get it up, though, and put it over.
Yeah.
Great scramble by them.
Not without some difficulty, though, and lowering the boom is Addison Young. Addie Young, big swing, gets that point.
Get her points while they can because she's about to rotate to the back row.
Doucette, Schmaltz. Chasing that down is Toman. And Stark will send that over the net. Free ball, Buller, back row. Doucette, Schellenberg. And Young just kind of running out of room with where the net and the antenna is. 9-5 Central Valley.
Great approach by Schellenberg there. We're able to get off the net and get all her energy into the ball. Big reach and a high contact point on that swing.
Momentum, setting up Young. Nice back row dig, Buller. Cowles gets a chance to play at the net there.
Yeah, that's going to be a point for momentum. Cowles was a back row player jumping in front of the attack line. And Coach Dan is going to make the case that she is so short that she didn't contact the ball over, but she actually jumped in front of the line. So I believe, based on my understanding of the rules, that is still illegal.
He's pleading his case and doing everything he can as a coach, but I don't think he's going to win that argument.
And we're going to serving sub here, or pardon me, another sub here as Cowles comes to the front row. They're going to sub her out. Get a little more height in the front row for Central Valley there. Great decision by Coach Dan. I think defensively in the back row, Cowles was the right decision, but now got to get some height up there.
Mateo Lazowski comes in. Cowles certainly a firecracker type player, but yeah, as you mentioned, as she rotates to the front, and Purple still gets a point. 10-6, they win the race to double digits here.
5 to go. See what they can do here.
Ball is tossed in, the momentum with a chance to deliver something here. Toman's going to set up Young, and Young, oh man, just showing poise and vision beyond her years.
So calm. I mean, there's no stress in her at all. She's just taking what's given and just making them pay.
What a competitor.
Oh, great spot. Bree Schellenberg, what a pot shot there. Just right over the middle blocker, right in front of everyone, right? Whose ball is it? It could be all, it could be none. Tough spot. And
11-7.
Young back to serve here, and she's finally rotated to the front row. What a sigh of relief that must be for Central Valley.
Yeah. Good serve, though, from Young. And at the net,
double contact.
Yeah.
Number 2, Stark. Tough play, just a little too far off the net, and I mean, she made the right decision, but just couldn't quite get the ball over. Oh, and we're
Dunville. Schellenberg. And Schellenberg delivers. 13-7.
A little bit of interesting. Coach Tolman was talking to one of his players in the middle of that rally, trying to get the ref's attention, but couldn't.
Central Valley 2 points away from Div 1 gold. Buller at the net, they battle. They're going to set up 11 over there. Lazowski, Schellenberg, and
wow, 1 point away.
Oh man, Dan Schellenberg with his purple hair. 1 point away from looking like a coaching genius with that purple dye job. And this is a big one here. Schmaltz to serve. Toman. Young. Sent over the net by Hurd. At the net. Doucette. Schmaltz. And punched over by Buller. Young sends it right back over. At the net. Hit. Schmaltz. Schellenberg. Buller!
There it is! Central Valley and Buller with a great kill to win it.
And you love to see the celebration. Oh, man. And you know, like, this is something these girls are never going to forget. You
Never.
know, going, winning 13U Div 1. Coach Dan with his purple hair.
The reverse sweep, losing that first set, so big. And, I mean, just the poise and the trust and the stuff to come back and win it in 3.
Oh, look at that. You know, the tears of joy.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Man. Sports can be great, can't they? Look at this. Just look at this scene right now.
Yeah, and Coach Rob Tolman, giving his girls a pep talk. Of course, a great battle by Momentum.
Yeah.
And, hey, as much as it sucks to lose, you're still the second best team in the province. And I know it's not first, but you did a heck of a job getting to this point, right? I mean, there's only so much you can do. There's only one winner.
What do you think, and I know that was a long time ago, but what do you think happened between that first and second set? Like something a switch just seemed to hit with Central Valley here.
Yeah, they just came out really loose and really relaxed. Like they were having a blast in that second set, and they were a little bit serious in that first. They kind of went down. They were a little bit sad, a little bit glum, and then they just decided, you know what, we're just not going to let we're not going to feel like that anymore. We're just going to have fun, really enjoy our time out here, and because again, we're playing for a provincial championship, and hey, they won it.
2 coaches at the net there having a chat, Dan Schellenberg and Rob Toman. But it is the Central Valley Volleyball Club, the CVVC Aces out of Warman, that take provincial Div 1 gold here at the Viterra International Trade Center, Regina. Hey, that was a fun day, partner. Thanks for riding shotgun here. On behalf of Mark Harrison, color commentator for this one, Christina Schweitzer and Ethan Schweitzer working the cameras. It's Ryan Schweitzer saying good day from Regina.